¡No se escapa!
Aguanten el cable.
Watch the swell.
Hold it steady.
Boat B, move starboard. Close the gap now, they're diving deep.
Clear the deck, here it comes. Get that hatch open, move it.
Pull it up now, let's go! Clear the bin, hurry up! Watch out for the hydraulics, keep it moving.
Keep that stack moving, we are almost ready to set.
Got it. Moving to the net now. One last heave. Get it secure before the next swell. Move that pallet to the left now. No, stack it over here by the blue bins. Keep the line moving. Heads up, here comes another load.
Bring it up slowly now, watch the starboard side. Easy, easy, hold it there.
All right, send her down. Get the next trap ready now.
We have a strong return at these coordinates. Prepare the nets and deploy when ready.
Copy that, Captain. Setting the nets now.
Watch the net on the side.
Watch the line, bring it down slow. Clear the deck, move back now. Watch out, they're everywhere. Careful, grab that one. Get the big ones over here. This crate is full, grab another. Watch your hands, they're snapping.
Look out for the claw.
I'm trying, grab the tail. Yes, we finally finished.
From the distant horizon, the afternoon winds began to blow stronger, carrying the salty smell of the sea and the cold water that seeped into every fiber of the sailors' clothes. The ship rocked gently with each large wave, as if reminding them that this journey was not over, that the sea still had countless stories to tell. On deck, ropes still soaked with seawater hung over the railing, creaking as the ship tilted to one side. Each basket lay stacked on top of each other, covered in scratches and salt. They were also silent witnesses of many fishing seasons gone by. Below the ship's side, the fish continued their own journey. Small streams of fish shimmered into the dark water, drawn by the ocean's great current. Larger fish circled the hull, curious at the sound of the engine and the shadows cast from above, then disappeared into the deep blue water. In a further corner, an underwater camera captured the scene of a school of sardines narrowing their circle.
We need to clear these
Shining
kayaks
silver
by noon.
in the last light
Get the
of
red
day.
ones out first.
They
Copy
moved
that.
as one organism,
I'll have the crane ready
now
in 5.
circling, now separating and coming together, creating a breathtaking dance of survival. On deck, the young sailor opened the lid of the fish box in front of him, checking
Hold
the
your
harvest.
position, cycling
His
the
face
suction.
was a mixture of joy
We have a
and
green light,
genuine
keep
worry,
it steady.
because the catch these days is not as abundant as before. Every trip is a gamble with the sea. He looked over at the old sailor sitting in the cabin,
I said
his sea
secure the
grey
line
eyes
before we
not
lose it.
hiding his anxiety. They knew better than anyone, the sea was changing. The fish schools were getting smaller. The currents were unstable. The fishing seasons were erratic, all were vague signals of an unpredictable future. However, as the ship turned towards the mainland, the lighthouse began to glow. The red lights flashed steadily, like the heartbeat of the sea itself, guiding the return of those who were making a living. The shore gradually became clear, the roofs of houses looming, the masts anchored at the dock, the silhouettes of people waiting. Children ran along the sandbank, pointing at the approaching ship, shouting excitedly. Women stood on the stone dock, shielding their eyes as they looked out to sea, feeling relieved to see the familiar ship lights. When the anchor was dropped, the chain squeaked, marking the completion of another voyage. The smell of fresh fish, engine oil, the sea mixed with the laughter of the fishermen transporting the cargo to the dock. Although tired, everyone understood that they had just brought back a source of livelihood for their families, for traders, and for the small town that depended on the sea season. And then, when the moon began to rise, the ship rested, waves lapping steadily against the wooden side. But the sea never sleeps. Out there, schools of fish continue their endless journey. The new winds blow, signaling
Move the
that
hook
tomorrow
right
is
here,
another
center
day
on the green
where the
marker.
cycle of a seafarer's life continues.
Copy that. Watching the
Preparing,
load swing.
casting nets, pulling in
Set it down right here, please.
struggling, selecting.
Are these from the morning
returning,
catch?
Yes,
then
they are.
setting out again. The sea is vast, patient and full of challenges. But it is in this infinity that people find the reason to stand firm, so that each trip, each catch, each drop of sweat mixed with the wind and waves becomes part of a never-ending story, the story of people and the sea.
Crate 16, 12 pounds.
Copy that. Moving to section 3.
We need more bins over here.
Watch the line. Pull it left. Okay, easy now, easy.
Clear the deck down there.
Dawn had just broken out offshore. The sea surface was like a silver mirror. On the deck, a skinny man wearing an old woolen cap pulled his collar up, his hands calloused from the hotel resting, preparing for a new day. The panels, the rings, the horns and the buoys, all were in place after years of him knowing every little corner of this ship by heart. The rumbling sound of the engine rang out. The bow of the ship moved far away from the shore, leaving behind the hazy horizon of the coastal town. In the early morning light, he bent down to the red rings, puzzled, checked each mesh of the net. The smell of sea salt, engine oil, and fishy fish mixed together so familiarly that it almost became a part of his body. He sat leaning against the cabin, lit a cigarette, and watched the white waves stretching behind him like an invisible road that he had been going back and forth all his life. In the chaos, warm wooden saddles, navigation screens, walkie-talkies, and steaming coffee dispensers, all safe in the private space of the seafarer, as the ship slowed down.
Move that one over there. All right, let's get this bait tied off.
Reaching the familiar fishing grounds, the work began. Heavy baskets of shrimp and crab were brought to the side of the ship, sliding down to bathe in the deep blue water. At the bottom of the sea, cameras attached to the baskets recorded every movement. The wooden frames sank, got stuck in the sand, and the silt particles flew up into a hazy cloud. A lobster with brilliant red, green, and yellow colors came out from the coral moss. The scent spread in the water. It hesitated, then slowly entered. Its long dip slightly brushed the mesh before its whole body was caught in the trap. Elsewhere, on the surface of the pebbled sea, around
Keep the line
floated.
moving. We need
The
more legs
anchor
in the
line led
tubs
deep
now.
down, where the wooden ring lay still. The camera pans back up, seeing tiny bubbles heading towards the water surface, where the ship waits.
Get those
The
big
winch
ones in the red
groans.
basket.
The rope is taut.
Careful, watch the claw.
The body of the basket appears in a cloud of white foam. The salt water steps
Maintain
into
the
a
pace,
stream.
everyone.
When
Keep
it
the
is
large
pulled up
ones
to the
separate
deck,
and move them to
there
the
is
conveyor
sound
belt
of
now.
wooden knocks.
杉さん、もっと早くない？ライン止めるなと。
はい、すぐやりますよ。
柵が入ってるぞ。確認してください。
これで最後の箱だよ。
やっと終わるんだよ。次にあそこ持ってきて。
The sound of iron chains and the sound of waves. The sailor opens the basket. The lobsters, crabs struggle. The crayfish and the fierce claws in the sunlight welcome fight. On another boat, in the middle of the crystal clear sea, a group of fishermen leisurely lower the wooden basket steep down. The underwater camera follows the basket in free fall, passing through layers of green and blue water, until it stops floating on the sea floor. A school of red-orange lobsters
How many
appears.
baskets left on this
One
batch?
by one.
3 more,
They go
almost done.
through the narrow door into the wooden box, lured by the rich smell of fish. A moment later,
ensure all
the rope
trays
is
are
taut
sanitized
again.
before
The
use.
basket is pulled back.
Safety inspection
White
will begin
bubbles
shortly
spray
in
out.
Sector 3.
On deck, rosy hands rhythmically move the basket. Released the gun. Released the shrimp into the plastic bucket. The sound of laughter and chatter echoed against the sound of wind and waves. In the corner of the deck, yellow fireworks with painted faces were comfortably quiet beside the pile of poisonous rope. On the shore.
Keep those trays moving smoothly. We need more processed crab on table 3 now. Watch the waist.
A man was riding a high horse with a shrimp he had just caught. The shell was shining with light. The long saddles were swinging. The horse was lifting its legs out in full awareness. The camera zoomed in to examine every detail, each small spike on the shell, the metallic shine on the body, the salty water, but the tail was getting smaller. Then it went back out, revealing the green deck, the plastic sandals, the wet pants, the simple but vibrant life of the wise people from the sea, without lobsters or crabs. The sea was still home to many kinds of fish that were constantly moving. On a ship that was closer, farther from shore, the crew prepared to arrange a perimeter.
Ready to release
From
the
above,
tension.
the sea was a green
Wait for
carpet.
the wave.
The
Now.
ship drew a large circle. The orange and yellow buoys connected together to form a circle that gradually increased, embracing a school of silverfish that was gathering into a special mass. Underwater,
Slack on line
the
3.
camera
Watch the
penetrated the
cross-current.
crowd, rows of shiny royal fish, moving in unison like a living cloud.
Tighten the brace on the left side now.
Okay, it's secure. Check the alignment one more time.
Then clashing chaotically as the wall of mass gradually increased around them, the net was drained. The circle narrowed. Screams. The sound of the ropes tightening echoed throughout the ship. On the sea surface, the surrounding water boiled as if it contained boiling water because of thousands of exhausted fish. When the package was upgraded from the surface, the rushing water was running out, revealing a mass of pulsating fish, mixed with sea foam and sunlight. With just one final opening, everything calmed down on the deck, turning it into a silvery white floor. Fish snapping tails, splashing, salt water spraying on the glass.
Look
The
at the
camera
size of this
penetrated
one.
through the rubber support, through the green and yellow
Yeah,
stretches
chuck
that
them in
were
the big
quickly
crate. We're having a
sorting.
good run today. Look at the size of this one.
Yeah, that's a keeper. Get it in the tank.
big fish were arranged gently, sliding deep into the sea. Smaller fish that did not reach the size, were thrown back to the side of the ship, falling into the blue water, in the eyes of regret but forced to follow the rules. A few lucky ones escaped from the deck, rolling themselves back into the sea through the drain, their bodies disappearing in the white foam under the side of the ship. At the stern of the ship, an endless coil of wire was drawn in. Was it a hand line or a long one? Each small piece of wire appeared, carrying the restless fish. The camera followed a fish that had just emerged from the water, its mouth